Good evening. Welcome to Election Night 2020. Tonight we have Senator Elizabeth Warren from the great state of Massachusetts versus President Donald Trump, her running mate Cory Booker, and Donald Trump's running mate, of course, the incumbent Vice President Mike Pence. Let's go through some polling data. In the approval rating of the president, right now he is disapproved plus 10, meaning 50% of the nation disapproves, 40% approves, and the other 10% remains undecided. The National has Warren plus 4. Nevada has Warren ahead by 1. Ohio has Trump ahead by 7. Iowa, Trump plus 13, double-digit lead here for him in the poll. New Hampshire, Trump plus 1. Pennsylvania, Warren plus 3. Remember, Trump won this state decisively in 2016. Another state he won in 2016, Wisconsin, Warren plus 4. And in Michigan, Warren plus 1. Arizona, a state he won in 2016 by 4 points, Trump plus 12 ahead in the polls. And in North Carolina, Trump plus 5, Florida, Trump plus 3, and in the great state of Georgia, Trump plus 6. It is now 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and all the states in yellow's polls have closed. Out of the state of Kentucky, 8 electoral votes projected to go to Donald Trump, Mitch McConnell's home state. Indiana, Vice President Mike Pence's home state, 11 electoral votes go into the Trump column. South Carolina, 9 electoral votes add to the Trump column today. And out of the state of Georgia, an earlier call from 2016 projected to go to Donald Trump with 55% of the vote. And out of the state of Vermont, the first Democratic win of tonight, 3 electoral votes go to Elizabeth Warren. And out of the state of Virginia, it is too close to call with its 13 electoral votes, a state Clinton won in 2016. Donald Trump is in the lead by 1%. The electoral map is on your screen now. Donald Trump with an early lead of 44 to Elizabeth Warren's 3. It is now 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and 3 new states polls have closed, totaling to 37 electoral votes. Out of the state of West Virginia, cold territory, 5 electoral votes landed in the Trump column today. 18 electoral votes out of the great state of Ohio is too close to call. Donald Trump with a 5% lead, 21% of precincts reporting. Out of the state of North Carolina is also too close to call, 7% reporting, a 6% lead this time for Donald Trump, 15 electoral votes. The electoral map is on your screen now. As you can see, we've added in West Virginia, 49 to 3. It is now 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and a huge batch of poll closings have shown on your screen, with the states in yellow closing, totaling up to 169 electoral votes. Out of the state of Oklahoma, 7 electoral votes projected to go to Donald Trump. Out of the state of Missouri, 10 electoral votes land in the Trump column. Tennessee, 11 electoral votes projected to go to Donald Trump. Alabama, 9 electoral votes projected to go to Donald Trump. Mississippi, 6 electoral votes projected to go to Donald Trump. Maine, 1 out of its 4 electoral votes in the 2nd congressional district projected to go to Donald Trump. Now out of the state of Illinois, the 2nd Democratic win of tonight, 20 electoral votes landed in Elizabeth Warren's column. Maryland, 10 electoral votes projected to go to Elizabeth Warren. Delaware, 3 electoral votes projected to go to Elizabeth Warren. Out of the state of New Jersey, projected to go to Elizabeth Warren, 14 electoral votes. 11 electoral votes out of Elizabeth Warren's home state, Massachusetts. I forgot to mention before that New Jersey's home state is, Cory Booker's home state is the state of New Jersey, which is why the margins were as large as they were for Elizabeth Warren. Now in Elizabeth Warren's home state, 11 electoral votes out of the great state of Massachusetts. Connecticut, 7 electoral votes projected to go to Elizabeth Warren. Donald Trump is currently in the lead, however, there are only 2% reporting in Republican precincts. We expect Elizabeth Warren to pick up her lead and win the state as a whole. Out of the state of Rhode Island, 4 electoral votes projected to go to Elizabeth Warren. 3 out of the 4 electoral votes in the great state of Maine projected to go to Elizabeth Warren by a slim margin. The District of Columbia, 92% of the vote here going to Elizabeth Warren, 3 electoral votes. Out of the state of Florida, it is too close to call, 29 electoral votes. Donald Trump is leading. In the state of Pennsylvania, Donald Trump right now is winning, but however, this keeps flipping back and forth between Warren and Trump, 20 electoral votes, too close to call. Another too close to call state, New Hampshire, 4 electoral votes, 13% reporting, Warren with an impressive lead at the moment. And the electoral map is on your screen now, 93 for Trump and 78 for Elizabeth Warren. Now it's 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and the state of Arkansas's polls have closed. Out of the state of Arkansas, projected to go to Donald Trump, 75% to 25%, 6 electoral votes. Now let's go into some race updates. Ohio is now projected to go to Donald Trump, 45% of the precincts in projected to go to Trump, 55 to 43. We can make this call based off polling data and some of the outlying counties that are not in the urban areas that still haven't come in, which we expect to go to Donald Trump. Goes Ohio, so does North Carolina, another Trump state from 2016. 15 electoral votes projected to go to Donald Trump, with 50% of the vote in. Virginia is still too close to call, 13 electoral votes in total, Donald Trump with a small lead. It is now 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and a huge new batch of poll closings have shown up, 156 electoral votes in total. Out of the great state of Texas, projected to go to Donald Trump, the second biggest electoral prize in the country, 38 electoral votes. Out of the state of Louisiana, 8 electoral votes projected to go to Donald Trump. We're hitting the red wall right now, 6 electoral votes from the great state of Kansas projected to go to Donald Trump. Out of the state of Nebraska, 5 out of its 5 electoral votes projected to go to Donald Trump with an overwhelming, decisive victory in Nebraska's 2nd congressional district. Out of the state of South Dakota, 3 electoral votes projected to go to Donald Trump. North Dakota, above South Dakota, 3 electoral votes projected to go to Donald Trump. Wyoming, 3 electoral votes, one of the most conservative states in the Union, projected to go to Donald Trump. The state of Arizona, 11 electoral votes. Remember, this one was close in 2016. However, Trump was leading very, very much in the polls, and we now have enough information to project the state for Donald Trump. State of New Mexico, 5 electoral votes projected to go to Elizabeth Warren. The Latino counties really coming in and helping her in the state. Out of the state of New York, 29 electoral votes projected to go to Elizabeth Warren. Out of the state of Pennsylvania, it is still too close to call, 69% reporting, 49 to 49. Colorado is too close to call, 9 electoral votes. Elizabeth Warren is in the lead. Out of the state of Virginia, it is too close to call, Elizabeth Warren lagging behind 1%. The state of Florida is too close to call, Elizabeth Warren behind by 3%. And in the state of New Hampshire, 4 electoral votes, too close to call. The state of Wisconsin, 10 electoral votes, too close to call, 11% reporting, 49 to 50. Out of the state of Minnesota, a Clinton state from 2016 in the Rust Belt, 10 electoral votes is now too close to call. Out of the state of Michigan, 16 electoral votes, too close to call. Donald Trump is leading by 2%. And the electoral map is on your screen now. If all the states likely red right now, which are leaning Republican, go to Donald Trump, he will win the election 272. However, right now we have enough calls in the states to call 209 electoral votes for Donald Trump and 112 for Elizabeth Warren. If this map isn't scaring Democrats all around the country, it should be. It is now 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and 4 new states' polls have closed, totaling up to 21 electoral votes. Out of the state of Utah, projected to go to Donald Trump, 71% of the vote here. The Mormon vote really carried him, 9% reporting. Montana, projected to go to Donald Trump, 3 electoral votes. The state of Iowa is projected to go to Donald Trump as a Republican win, 54% to 46%, 2% reporting. And out of the state of Nevada, it is too close to call, 6 electoral votes in total from the state. Elizabeth Warren has an early lead of 2%. Now the electoral map is on your screen now, 224 for Donald Trump and 112 for Elizabeth Warren. Donald Trump now has double the amount of electoral votes that Elizabeth Warren has. We can now make one major projection. Out of the state of Virginia, Elizabeth Warren is the apparent winner with 95% of precincts reporting, 13 electoral votes add to the column. Now we have some new poll closings at 11 p.m., 82 electoral votes in total. California projected to go to Elizabeth Warren, 55 electoral votes, the biggest prize in the Union. Washington, 12 electoral votes projected to go to Elizabeth Warren. Out of the state of Oregon, 7 electoral votes projected to go to Elizabeth Warren. And out of the state of Hawaii, Barack Obama's home state, 4 electoral votes projected to go to Elizabeth Warren. And now out of the state of Idaho, 4 electoral votes projected to go to Donald Trump. The electoral map is on your screen now, 203 for Elizabeth Warren and 228 for Donald Trump. We can now make some major projections at 12:14 a.m., 33 electoral votes in total being called at this time. The state of Florida is now projected to go to Donald Trump. He is the apparent winner, with 98% of precincts reporting a 6% lead for him. This is very astonishing. Donald Trump has won Florida. The pundit said he would never win Florida again after his approval rating dropped to 40%, but he proved them all wrong. He won by 6%, expanding off his lead in 2016, 98% reporting. This is extremely bad news for the Warren campaign. Donald Trump reaches closer and closer to that 270 mark. And now in the state of New Hampshire, Democrats needed this win, and now they need it more than ever. 99% reporting. The apparent winner is Elizabeth Warren with 51% of the vote to Donald Trump's 49%. There are now poll closings in the great state of Alaska at 1 o'clock a.m. state of Alaska will go to Donald Trump 62%, 38%, 1% reporting give him 3 electoral votes. The electoral map is on your screen now. Donald Trump is now 10 electoral votes away from being re-elected as President of the United States. Right now, all 2 states are leading for him, the state of Michigan and Nevada. If these 2 states flip to the Trump column, if Nevada flips, then it goes to 266, and if he wins Michigan, he will be able to win re-election as President of the United States. Now it is 1:19 a.m., and we can now make 2 major projections, 6 electoral votes in total. The state of Nevada has flipped from the Democratic side. The apparent winner is Donald Trump, 50% to 49%, 90% reporting. Outlying districts are the Republican districts. We now have enough information to call these 6 electoral votes out of the great state of Nevada for Donald Trump, which has flipped from the Clinton column from 2016. We can now project that Donald Trump will win the popular vote, 49% of the vote, with 4% going to third-party candidates, with Elizabeth Warren at 47%. Remember, he did not win the popular vote in 2016. He will win it in 2020. The electoral map is on your screen now. Elizabeth Warren needs 63 to reach the 270 mark, while Donald Trump needs a mere 4, meaning he can win any of the states on your screen now and win the election. Now it is 1:41 a.m. Eastern Time, and we have 1 major projection with a total of 10 electoral votes. The presidency of the United States, Donald Trump will be re-elected as President of the United States. Donald Trump has surpassed the 270 mark, 276 electoral votes, to Elizabeth Warren's 207. He will win the popular vote along with that, with 49% of the vote to Elizabeth Warren's 47% of the vote. The presidency, Donald Trump will be re-elected as President of the United States. The path to 270 for the Warren campaign has been foreclosed. They thought they could exploit the fact that this president was very unpopular, somewhat good economy, lower jobs, but they were wrong. The Trump campaign ran a really good ground campaign. Their campaign was flawless, scandal-free after all the scandals had been previously emerged in 2016. They were not able to flip the presidency of the United States, which will stay with the Republicans with this Donald Trump victory tonight. Mitch McConnell should be extremely happy at this moment in time. And this comes out of the state of Wisconsin. 99% reporting Donald Trump is the apparent winner, with 51% to 49%, giving him that 10 electoral votes to put him over the 270 mark. And it looks like he will be re-elected as President of the United States. Now the electoral map is on your screen now. 276 for Donald Trump. He now needs 0 to reach the 270 mark, whereas Elizabeth Warren will still need 63. However, it is impossible for all the states that we have called now. 207 for Elizabeth Warren and 276 for Donald Trump. We can now make 3 major projections at 3:14 a.m. Eastern Time, totaling to 46 electoral votes. Out of the state of Michigan, Donald Trump is the apparent winner, 50% to 49%, 99% reporting, giving 16 electoral votes. Out of the state of Pennsylvania, Donald Trump is also the apparent winner with 2% more than Elizabeth Warren. He holds on to the state from 2016, 20 electoral votes. And out of the state of Minnesota has actually flipped from the Democratic column. 99% reporting Donald Trump is leading here more than he is in the other Rust Belt states. Donald Trump will win the state of Minnesota, a state Clinton won in 2016 decisively by 1.4%, but these 10 electoral votes will now go to Donald Trump. The electoral map is on your screen now. 207 for Elizabeth Warren to 322 for Donald Trump. This is extremely surprising considering the fact that he was expected to get less than what he got in 2016. However, he in fact exceeded his margin from 2016. Now, it is 1 week later, after the Secretary of State from the great state of Colorado has certified the election results after counting every absentee ballot and going through a recount. 9 electoral votes are about to be called for the President of the United States. Colorado's 9 electoral votes will go to Donald Trump. He wins by 0.1%. This is a flip from 2016. 100% of precincts reporting Donald Trump will win the state of Colorado and its 9 electoral votes. The popular vote is on your screen now, 49% to 47%, with 4% for third-party candidates. The states vote, who won more states? Donald Trump won 33 states to Elizabeth Warren's 17, plus the District of Columbia, not to mention Donald Trump's main 2nd congressional district. And out of the electoral vote, 331 for Donald Trump and 207 for Elizabeth Warren. Now, the chances of winning overnight, Elizabeth Warren started off with the polling data showing her ahead, however, slowly put down until Donald Trump reached 92% around 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and by 11 p.m. it was 100% chance of victory with the states that were turning as red as they were. And the final electoral map is on your screen now, 331 to Elizabeth Warren's 207, flipping the Clinton states from 2016 of Minnesota, Colorado, and Nevada, whereas Elizabeth Warren did not gain any electoral votes from states that Trump won in 2016. I just wanted to talk to you guys about please consider making a contribution to my Patreon. This helps me create my videos. I'm getting a new microphone. I'll put the Patreon in my description below. Also, I'm about to reach 200 subscribers, which is an amazing goal. I never thought I would get as high as I am now. I thought I would maybe get like 13 subscribers. But thank you guys for being active, for being great people, just commenting on all my videos. I just really like responding to each and every one of them, regardless of how you feel about me or where you are on the political spectrum. I'll respond to you fairly. Just also, please comment suggestions for my new videos. That voting link will come up very soon. Right now, I'm going to a family trip with my grandparents up in this resort, which is normally a mountain resort. So it's just a long story. So we're just going up there. So I may or may not upload this weekend, but I most likely will. I most likely will have time. But I just wanted to thank you guys all for watching. And please comment suggestions for my new videos. And I'll see you all tomorrow.